Now, those who will bear the burden of Britain's wars in Iraq and Afghanistan the longest are the children of the servicemen and women who have lost their lives. Using the Freedom of Information Act, parliamentary questions and published sources, Channel 4 News can tonight reveal that a total of 285 British children have been robbed of a parent in these conflicts. Our reporter Carl Dinnan has been hearing some of their stories.
We are used to the repatriations, the funerals, an ever-lengthening roll call of the dead from the campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. But it's the children of those who died in the line of duty who will carry the legacy of these wars for the longest. Channel 4 News has found that 104 children lost a parent in the Iraq War and 181 children have lost a parent in Afghanistan. That means that in these two wars that the United Kingdom decided to get involved in, there are 285 children in this country alone whose lives will never be the same again. Corporal Lee Scott was killed near Nad Ali in Afghanistan. He and his wife Nikki had two children, Brooke and Kai. Of the two, Kai, now 8, is more troubled by his loss.
They have their ups and downs just like I do, and Kai can still, now I find him sleeping with a picture of Daddy and things like that, but on the whole they're doing really well. They talk about Daddy every day and they remember the really good things, which is what I wanted them to remember.
Nikki founded the charity Scotty's Little Soldiers to do something for children who've lost military parents, something Brooke is just starting to understand now.
My daddy died and then went to heaven.
Trooper Philip Lawrence was killed near Lashkar. His daughter Jessica was just 7 months old at the time. Her mum says sometimes Jessica won't talk about her dad, but does have her own way of coping.
She obviously knows that Phil's not coming back and that he is dead. We go and visit his grave quite often, and that's normally the time she'll sit next to his headstone and talk to him, and she knows that's where he's buried. She'll sit there and talk to his headstone and tell him what she's been doing at nursery and things like that, and she still makes Father's Day cards and birthday cards.
It's always hard for children who lose parents, but losing a parent in a war brings its own particular problems.
Because these people had been used to being away and having normally dad away a lot, the reality of that death takes a very long time to sink in. And a lot of children have said that it's almost the first year before they really start to understand that Daddy is not coming back.
And that's how it was for the family of Captain Mark Hale. He was killed helping a wounded soldier near Sangin. It was some time after his funeral that his eldest daughter could really begin to understand what had happened.
It's a few months later when you realise, well, actually, no, he's not coming back. He's never going to walk in this house again. I'm never going to be able to come home and have a family of 4 at home. I'm never going to be able to go on holiday and come back and tell my dad what's happened. It's when you start to experience more life without him and you're like, well, actually, I would have really liked to tell him this. It's getting over the first time for everything and getting around to the second time of doing things like the second Christmas, the second birthday.
Even facing her father's grave has taken Tori 3 years.
I never wanted to look at my dad's grave, didn't want to read the writing, nothing. And I was actually last week, I was able to stand at my dad's grave, read it, and not even not cry, just stand there and feel a real sense of acceptance and calmness.
But for younger children amongst the 285 bereaved in Britain's recent wars, that journey towards acceptance and calmness may take many years.
Carl Dinnan reporting.